everyone, hamjambo kila mtu, karibuni katika Swahili Kingdom. Welcome to Swahili Kingdom. Kama wewe ni mgeni hapa, tafadhali subscribe ili usikose video yote ambayo itakuja katika Swahili Kingdom. If you are a visitor, kindly subscribe so that you won't miss any video that will be coming in Swahili Kingdom. And if you subscribe, you can comment down below the video or a topic that you don't understand in Swahili, and we are going to make a video for you. Okay, so in today's lesson we are going to learn about the Lia noun class. What are we going to know about the Lia noun class? The first thing, we are going to know how do you identify a noun in the Lia noun class. Like, how can you see a noun and just know this is a Lia noun class noun? The second one, we are going to do some sentences in the Lia noun class for you to sharpen what you have gotten from from number one, how to identify a Lia noun class. Then the third one, we are going to see some characteristics of the Lia noun class. We are going to see characteristics of the Lia noun class. And the last thing that we are going to go through the Lia noun class are the argumentatives. But I'm not going to tell you, like, to teach you about argumentatives, because that is another long video. By the way, if you are interested in knowing about argumentatives, just comment down below and I'm going to make a video on it. Okay, alone. But I'm going to touch on argumentatives because argumentatives are formed from the Lia noun class. Okay. And the last, after we finish talking about the Lia noun class, we are going to do hadithi. And the hadithi for today, I'm going to talk about how to learn languages using AI, but in Kiswahili. Okay? And if you are also interested in knowing on how to learn a language using AI, I've done that. And yes, you can learn a language through AI, but you can't completely learn the language through AI. You can use AI, and you also need to use some other resources. So I can explain to you in a video. If you are interested, comment down below. But today I'm going to talk about it in Swahili, just a little bit. Okay? Okay. And you can download the PDF for this video. Okay? The Lia noun class PDF. Download it so that you can see a lot more information, a lot more sentences that I have put in the PDF, because I'm not going to say everything, like every sentence in this video. I have written a lot more things in the PDF. So let's start. How do you identify a Lia noun class? How do you identify a Lia noun class? Sometimes the Lia noun class, it is called the G-ma noun class. It is called the Lia noun class or the G-ma noun class. So let's know first why. Why do we call it Lia or G-ma noun class? First, let's start with G-ma. It is called G-ma because most of its nouns begin with J. Most of its nouns begins with J. But just know it doesn't matter. The beginning doesn't matter. But the plural has to have a ma. For example, Gino, meno. Gino is a tooth, meno are teeth. But this is an irregular noun in the G-ma noun class or Lia noun class. So Gino, meno. Let's see something like Gari. Gari does not start with G, but its plural must have ma. Gari, magari. That's where you know this noun is in the Lia noun class or G-ma noun class. Okay, and why is it called the Lia noun class? This is why. Because when forming a sentence, it uses li in singular and ya in plural. For example, gari limeanguka. Gari limeanguka. And then you have magari yameanguka. Limeanguka, yameanguka. Gari limeanguka, a vehicle has fell down or has got into an accident. Magari yameanguka, vehicles have fallen down. Okay? Gari, magari. Gari limeanguka, magari yameanguka. So up to now, do you understand why it is called the G-ma noun class or the Lia noun class? Let me summarize. It is called the G-ma noun class because In singular, it can start with any letter, but most of the time it starts with G, but it can start with any letter. Don't be confused by that, because you have some nouns that start with G, but they are not G-ma. How do you know? Because in plural, you cannot put a ma. For example, the noun jikoni. Jikoni is in the kitchen. In the kitchen. It is a noun. So you cannot say majikoni. So that's where you see you find the line, okay, where you know that not all nouns that start with G are in the lia noun class or Gma. So Gma in singular can start with any word. Let me just say any letter, but in plural it must have a ma. That's why it's called Gma. Lia is in sentences. The sentence in singular must have a li, and in plural must have a ya. Gari limeanguka, magari yameanguka. Now you understand? That's good. Let's go to the next step. We said we are going to look at sentence examples. So the first one, gari limeanguka, magari yameanguka. Jino limeng'olewa, meno yameng'olewa. Kung'olewa is to uproot. Okay? So jino limeng'olewa na daktari. A tooth has been uprooted by a doctor. Jino limeng'olewa na daktari. Meno yameng'olewa na daktari. Okay? Embe limeiva. Embe limeiva. Maembe yameiva. Embe is a mango. Embe limeiva, maembe yameiva. Which other noun do we have in the lia noun class? We have tunda. Tunda limeiva, matunda yameiva. Tunda is a fruit. It can be an apple, a mango, a banana. Yeah? Okay, and just note, I have talked about two fruits here in this noun class. I have said embe limeiva, maembe yameiva. And I have also said tunda limeiva, matunda yameiva. But not all fruits are in this noun class. For example, a fruit like ndizi. You are not supposed to say ndizi mandizi. Okay? So you cannot say ndizi limeiva, mandizi yameiva. You are supposed to say ndizi imeiva, ndizi imeiva. Oh, sorry, ndizi imeiva, ndizi zimeiva. So that is an easy noun class. Ndizi is an easy noun class. It is not a lia noun class. So not all fruits are in the lia noun class. We've talked about how to identify. Identify by using Gma or by using lia. If it looks awkward, don't use it. What I usually tell my students is follow your instincts. Okay? Most of the time, your instincts know better than grammar, than like your processing brain. They know better, because if you have been having input and reading, something inside you knows better than the normal brain. I don't know how to explain it. But if, let's say, I usually tell my students to use the rhythm and instincts, like if something is rhyming, to use that. For example, something like ndizi. Ndizi. So if I tell you, for example, the lia noun class has fruits, it is true. Nouns, names of fruits are in the lia noun class. But if you come and tell yourself, ndizi, mandizi, you can see that that thing is not rhyming, or maybe you are not seeing, but you can feel, or if you are not feeling, you can remember, maybe you read it somewhere, you saw it, ndizi, mandizi, and you can start wondering. That's why reading is very important. When you read, those words will remain, even if you are not going to remember. When you get to the noun class, you are going to remember. Like there's this student that I'm helping. We were doing noun class, and he was telling me, actually, I didn't know it was like that. But when he speaks, he's speaking very well, very well. And he told me it's because he has been to Kenya and he has been to Tanzania. He listened to Taarabu music, he listened to Swahili news. So that thing has gotten into him, like he knows the rhythm, he knows how words are rhyming. So learning, he is just getting the knowledge, but he can speak. Though he can speak, though he is a bit uneasy when speaking, so he wants to get the knowledge so that when he speaks he will be confident. Yes, he has the input, meaning he knows the rhythm. So even you need to get the input to know how words are rhyming. Grammar doesn't help so much. It doesn't help so much because, for instance, when identifying noun class, as I'm telling you, that you need to follow your instincts. It is hard to follow your instincts if you haven't done that thing before. You know, if you have done something before, maybe you have read, you have heard, you have, yeah, if you have read or heard somewhere, that thing is inside already. So something will tell you inside, this one is like this, because maybe you encountered it before. So guys, read, listen, write. Read, listen, write. Make sure you get the input. Grammar is not very helpful, let me tell you the truth, but you need grammar. The third one is the characteristic. The characteristics is just what I have said in step 1. Make sure the noun in the plural has ma. It can rhyme with ma. And when you are forming sentences, in singular it has li, and in plural it has ya. That's the simple characteristic. But it has many characteristics as well. We have, you can be told it has names of fruits, but those things that you are being told, or the things that I can tell you, yes, they are true, but they belong to many more noun classes. Like if I can tell you, the Lia noun class includes names of fruits. That's true. But also the easy noun class includes names of fruits. We have seen embe is in the Lia noun class because we have embe and maembe. But ndizi is in the easy noun class. Both are fruits, but they are not in the same noun class. Okay? And the last thing that you are going to talk about are or is the adjumentative. What is an adjumentative? An adjumentative is the way you see something as big, or maybe talking about something to disdain it. Okay, so for example, instead of saying mtu, instead of saying mtu, you say jitu, because that person was very huge, was abnormal. Okay, so instead of saying mtu anakula, you say jitu linakula. For example, there is this mazungumzo that I wrote about some youngsters who are going in a bar, and then there was a bouncer, someone who stays at the door of the bar. And I was explaining in that mazungumzo that the bouncer was someone huge, so I cannot explain that with mtu in Kiswahili. So I said jitu la miraba minne. Jitu la miraba minne. I don't know if I said miraba minne or miraba sita. I think it's miraba minne. Jitu la miraba minne. So that means it is a very huge guy, someone who has muscles, those bouncers that stays at the bar, like those who stays at the door. Yeah. So jitu la miraba minne, you are explaining someone who is bigger than normal. I mean bigger than usual. Okay? Yeah. And then you can say something like kiti jiti. Kiti jiti. And just note that there are some nouns that they are just normally in the Lia noun class. For example, jicho. Jicho. You cannot put jicho in an adjumentative. Okay, so jicho is just jicho. Okay, another adjumentative that I can give you is like mbwa. Mbwa is a dog in the our noun class. Something that you need to note again, no matter which noun class a noun is coming from, when it gets to the adjumentative, you need to use li, ya. For example, mtu, as I said, mtu is in the our noun class. Mtu anakula, mtu amesimama. But when you put it to the adjumentative to say jitu, it becomes lia. Jitu linakula, jitu limesimama, and jitu majitu. Jitu majitu. Okay? so it becomes outrageous. And another example, like for mbwa, mbwa becomes majibwa, or you can say jibwa. Jibwa in singular, majibwa in plural. Okay, if you want to know more about the argumentative, just comment down below. I make a video especially for argumentatives. And there's also diminutives, which I talked about in the Kiwi noun class. If you have not seen the Kiwi noun class, kindly go watch this video that will be suggested here. Okay, I hope you have understood something. Now let's go to speaking in Swahili. I told you I'm going to tell you about learning a language in using AI. So right now, learning Swahili using AI. In fact, I have tried the Swahili in the AI, and it is quite good. I think it has some small mistakes, and I tried to ask it, why do you have these mistakes? And it told me, I'm not a normal human being. Like, I don't have feelings. I'm not a native, so I don't know how to say everything the way human beings can say, though it is quite helpful. Okay, sasa tutaongea ama leo tunaongea kuhusu kusoma lugha kutumia AI ama kutumia robot. Sawa sawa, unaweza ingia katika mtandao na uanze kuongea na robot, uanze kuongea na AI akikujibu. Na uzuri ni kuwa kuna mitandao ya bure ambayo unaweza tumia. Uongee naye mpaka uchoke. Kitambo venye nilianza kusoma lugha, nilikuwa nashindwa nitapata wapi mtu wa kuongea naye, ama nikianza kuongea na mtu nitakuwa namsumbua kila siku, atakuwa anapata wakati kila siku wa kuongea tu na mimi, nitafanyaje? Sasa hizi kuna suluhisho. Ukiwa na AI unaweza ongea naye kama mtu. Kuna saa zingine nilikuwa namwambia AI, leo nataka unipatie challenge. Nipatie challenge katika Kihispania. Niambie nifanye kitu. Alafu AI ananiandikia hapa, ananiambia, "Oh, unataka challenge? Kama unataka challenge, translate hii sentence katika Kihispania, ama geuza hii sentence katika Kihispania." Namwambia hiyo ni rahisi sana, nipatie challenge nyingine. Ananiambia, "Basi niko na aya. I have a paragraph. Geuza hii aya katika Kihispania." Alafu sasa hapo ndio napata kweli AI anaweza kusaidia kusoma lugha. Usikuwe na wasiwasi ama usishtuke kwa nini anatumia na saa zingine anatumia ngeli nyingine. Ni kwa sababu AI ni kitu, lakini pia unaweza tumia kama mtu. Sawa sawa, ndio sijaiweka katika ngeli maalum. So ndio maana natumia AI anaweza kusaidia kusoma lugha, ama AI ni kitu ambacho ni kizuri sana, kinaweza kusaidia na kinatamanisha. Unaweza kuongea na yeye kama mtu. Kama huna mtu wa kuongea naye, usibabaike. Tumia AI. Nenda tu mtandaoni. AI ambaye natumia anaitwa ChatGPT. ChatGPT, lakini wa kujibu. Yule ambaye ukiongea anakujibu. Sasa mimi namuongelesha katika lugha tofauti, ananijibu. Sasa kama pia unataka kujifunza kutumia AI, nenda tu mtandaoni, download hiyo AI. Unaweza tumia kwa laptop, unaweza tumia kwa kompyuta, unaweza tumia kwa simu. Inafurahisha sana. Asante sana kwa kutazama video hii, natumai umeelewa. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have understood something in this video. If you like it, kindly leave a thumbs up, share with your friend, and make sure you subscribe. Tuonane tena siku nyingine. Kwaheri.